Good morning, students. Let us start with the reading of the chapter now, the last lesson. I started for school very late that morning. I here stands for little child Franz, who is a student I told you yesterday in the morning and was in great dread here means fear, dread of scolding, especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles. I told you M. Hamel is a French teacher, language teacher, and he has assigned the homework to the students, given the homework to the students to revise the participles, a topic in the grammar, and he would ask the questions on that particular topic, and I did not know the first word about them, and Franz know that he doesn't know even the first word about the participle or the grammar. For a moment it was the first thought in his mind. I thought of running away, that I should not go to school, I should spend the day somewhere else, and spending the day out of the doors. It was so warm. It was so warm, cozy day, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods. Woods here stand for the forest. Birds were chirping, and in the open field back of the sawmill, the Russian soldiers were drilling. They were practicing, Russian soldiers. It was all much more tempting. Tempting means attractive than the rule of participles. But I had the strength, I had the courage, I had the power, willpower to resist, to stop myself from doing something wrong. Resist means and hurried off to school. I decided to go to school immediately. When I passed the town hall is, you can see, a landmark somewhere in the city. There was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. If you have gone to Chandigarh, you must have seen the Tribune Chowk. At the Tribune Chowk, there is a board which flashes the headlines of that day, the news headlines of that day, something special that is going to happen. So that was the news were flashing on there, and there was a crowd in front of that. For the last 2 years, all are bad news. Whatever wrong has happened to our state, all the bad news, bad messages has come from there. And the lost battles, which are those bad news, all the lost battles where we fought and lost it, the draft, the new orders of the commanding officer. And I thought to myself, he did not stop there, but he was crossing that bulletin board and was thinking to himself without stopping, because he was continuously moving towards the school. What can be the matter now? What special is going to take place? Why there is so much crowd in front of the bulletin board? Then as I hurried by as fast as I could go, I was walking very fast. You can say it was a brisk walk. He wanted to reach the school on time. The blacksmith watcher who was there with his apprentice is called the helper, reading the bulletin, called after me. He spoke to me from behind. Don't go so fast. No need to go to the school so fast, Bob, baby. You will get to your school in plenty of time. There is a lot of time to reach the school. I thought he was making fun of me, because I knew I am already late and he was stopping me to go so fast. So I thought he was making fun of me. He is joking, and reached M. Hamel's little garden all out of breath. Out of breath means just I was panting because I was walking very fast. M. Hamel's garden, what does it mean? It's a small room where he used to teach the students as a school there, and outside their school there's a small garden. He has planted so many trees over there. Usually when the school begin, when you come to school, what do you experience? Students, they are standing here on the doorway, they are talking to somebody, someone is going inside the class, someone is coming out of the class. Such hustle and bustle is going on. Usually there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street. You can listen the voice, the sounds coming in from the school, even outside in the street, the opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison. All together are repeating some lessons very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better. In this posture, particularly, we are able to concentrate in a better way. And the teacher's great ruler, when the teacher is teaching, tapping the ruler on the table, rapping on the table, Now it was so still. Exclamatory sign. I was surprised. I had counted on commotion to get to my desk without being seen. Everything was silent. Teacher was there now. I was late. I can count. I can imagine the commotion, the storm which is about to come when I will enter. I will present myself in front of all. But of course, that day everything had to be so quiet as Sunday morning because no sound was coming in the street. So I thought, was it Sunday? Coming to school was a wrong decision today. I have come here. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places and M. Hamel walking up and down, looking around in the class, up and down with his terrible ruler under his arm. I had to open the door. Now it was my chance to enter the room. And just imagine, the class is going on, a latecomer comes to the school, opens the door and tries to enter inside. What happens? Not even the teacher, but the student also. They just look at the child who is the latecomer, and the one who enters really feel embarrassed, insulted. So I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how blushed and how frightened, afraid I was. I will scold you once again, but nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, very politely, go to your place quickly. Little friends, we were beginning without you because you were late and we were to start the chapter. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk, my proper place. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright. It took me some time to be normal because I was so frightened. I was so tense, so nervous. It took me some time, but when I was normal, then I realized, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled hat, and the little black silk cap all embroidered that he never wore except on the inspection or the prize days. That means it was a special day which he used to wear on some special occasion. Then I thought to myself, why was he wearing his special dress today? What can be the reason?